Is running effective for the development of a martial artist? Now, my answer, I'm going to answer it in two different ways. First of all, I think running, when I think about boxing, has always been associated. Boxers, they have to go out and they have to put in their road work, miles and miles and all of that. My personal opinion on it, and by the way, boxers have been doing it since the beginning of time. So immediately in our minds, we say, well, if we want to be a boxer, we have to go out and we have to do road work like what they do. I think as far as doing the road work, I think people that get up at 5 o'clock in the morning and go out and do road work, I think you're dealing with somebody that values and wants it so bad that they're willing to forego sleep to practice a discipline. And I think sometimes the idea of running really solidifies, does this person want it bad enough? So we're dealing with a pool of people that want it bad enough, and then they do a whole bunch of other things aside from running to get good at, whether it's sport karate, Muay Thai, wrestling, whatever, and everybody says, oh, it's because of the running. Physiologically, I'm not sure if it is. I think distance running is great for the reduction of body fat, and the leaner we are, I think the better we're going to perform. But if you look at most combat sports, when you're thinking about like sport karate or you're thinking about grappling, it's much more high intensity interval training than it is, a 30-minute or a 1-hour match. I mean, who really does that? If you have that kind of time and you can still go out and do that kind of road work, 30 minutes or an hour a day, God bless you, go do it. But actually, I think you're better off, especially if you're training for an event. Look at, well, how many rounds of whatever particular activity I'm going to do, how many rounds am I going to need to do? I'm going to need to do, let's say, 6 rounds. And how long are the rounds? Each round is 3 minutes. Okay? My opinion, then everything that you do should be for that 3-minute increment. So if it's a 3-minute round with a 1-minute rest, everything that you're doing is that 3 minutes. You can go out and run as fast as you can for 3 minutes, then walk for a minute, then run as fast as you can for 3 minutes, and walk for a minute. And kind of stay within that range and then kind of cut down so you can get that nice explosive benefit from it. Research has shown high intensity interval training is phenomenal as well for burning calories, just as much, and some people would argue even more than the kind of the paced activity of running, 30 minutes or an hour. In fact, think about this: if you took a marathon runner and you put them in the ring with a professional fighter for 2 minutes, I bet that marathon runner is going to be completely exhausted at the end of the 2 minutes. Why? Because it's a different sport. It's a completely different activity. Just because somebody can run for 2 hours doesn't mean they can go as fast as they possibly can for 2 minutes. So think about it in your own training. Ask yourself, why is it that you're doing the running? If it's for pure enjoyment and you like to do that, it kind of clears your mind and there's some additional benefits, awesome. But just understand why it is that you're doing it. If you're doing it for body fat reduction, great, no problem. Exercising your heart, wonderful. But for sports performance, I really believe you're better off trying to stay within the range of the time of the rounds that you're going to be doing.